Right, what's going on, y'all? So today we gonna do like a beginner's build, like when you first get the game, the car that they start you off with, what to do, and how could you could start farming it to get to the point where you could make the car to good where you could start making a lot of money to build your other cars. So this would be like that video. So this is a stock car. Oh wait, it's a stock car. I would just say try to get as much speed as you can, and you would just be using momentum drifting to your advantage, and you would be using a lot of e-brake. Yeah, I don't want to restart, but I don't want to. Let me see. I did this before. I am on the wheel, so it's not. Just trying to figure out what gear was I doing it in. I kind of lost the momentum from the start though. Biggest thing is you gotta keep that multiplier going from the beginning. Like, it's gonna be very underwhelming in the your first one, but it's good that they didn't make the targets crazy high, so it's like it's impossible to do. But with a couple tries, you should be able to get it to get the highest prize. Completely stock car, so it won't be the fastest thing in the world. Once you unlock the tuning option, though, you could really make it good. But, alright, so I got 5,000 the first time. That was we got bronze. All right, let's restart real quick and let's keep the momentum from the start though. See, my best was 12,000. E-brake initiation, car understeering. Yeah, once you get into the little rhythm of it, you can really start. Okay, you really gotta use the momentum from that it gives you from the start to kind of give you that, you know, that points boost. When I get to this section is where I probably did get the highest points towards the end. I try to transition just to get a little bit more. I think that's bronze, but yeah, I get the point. The money starts as it was 100,000, just to so you start getting the money and getting the levels to start getting to where you could unlock the other tuning options. Once you get to turbo, you should be decent enough to get 12,000 the whole time. I'm gonna try to run a wider line. I have feathers throttle trying to get more points. I did forget to turn off the trap. I appreciate all the love and support that the channel has been getting. Yeah, I don't know how much it means to me. And yeah, I just want to help as many people as I can out there. And yeah, man, the content be getting good, getting better. My sometimes I know y'all see me make a lot of times when I'm making the videos it's like a one take, like no editing, none of that. I would like to explore the word of editing, but I need a little more time for that. But when it comes to having a car is good, like the first go out, like that's just messing around in my free time, like trying different tuning setups, looking up on the internet or like suspension setups and like experimenting like how they translate in game and just understanding overall like what cars suspension do and all of that, the different disciplines of racing. So a lot of the times when y'all see me make these videos, they're really one takes, like no editing, no nothing, like first go, not multiple attempts, just first. Whatever I do, that's what it is. So we got the 12,000 this time. So that should give you the highest payout, which is 170,000. So that's you probably had 300,000 by now, level up probably three times or twice or whatever. But you keep doing that, keep getting the higher targets until you get to that the new setup. So you could if you depends on what you unlock. You get the turbo that just gives you more horsepower, so it'll be easier to get the racing is like for the race setup, but I don't think that's good for drifting. The drift setup would be perfect. So these are the tools that I would do for drifting, and then when you unlock this one, that's when you could really make the car good. So I'm gonna do the turbo real quick. Just do one run and then do the drift and then do one run and then call it there. So I normally just milk the first track, but as when you start unlocking more tracks, that's when you really start making some tracks pay more than others. This might be a fourth gear drift now. Trying to use a wider line. That's possible. Can't promise like the first one gonna be like the best. Mind you that a little bit. Try to get. See, first try, easy to get. 12,000 is a little more horsepower. I think the higher the number, the more money you get too. So it should be closer to 200. All right, 192 off of that one. And you could keep doing that multiple times until you get to the desired setup that you want. The drift setup just make it easier, but it gives you a little bit of a tuning option now. So you could go to let me see, turbo. No, turbo don't give you the let me see. Turbo don't give you the dyno stand, but you go to the drift setup, you have the ability to start tuning now. So the first thing I would do, gearbox, right? What we could do here, we could either do limited slip, we could do viscous, spool. Alright, so let's do viscous and then just turn this up as high as we're comfortable. Right there, brakes. I'll leave the more front bias. A little softer on the how much pressure it has. The wheel setup, since it doesn't have the highest horsepower, I would do like and you could change the tire compound. I would leave it at 100, right? I'll probably go higher. Probably go like a 250 on the right, and probably go down to 180 in the front. and leave that as that. Making a video. What is that? Thank you. Um, Zero. I don't think this has much effect right now, but I did make a video like exploiting this. But hey man, it should come out very soon. So that would what I would do. You could go down on tire pressure, but I would just go up. You could go down on tire compound, but I would just go up in tire pressure versus going down because you want to keep the car. I would do a better split though, like a 205 in the front, two 225s in the rear. That's why I went down in tire pressure a little bit. Let's go 150, 150 in the front. Need that as that. What else? Oh, camber. So I'll do like negative camber in the front. Not too much though, like three. You could do a little less camber. Try to get as much grip as possible with the higher tire pressure. I do like could do like 6, 7 there, and this same two highest degree you can go. I would start at like 50, 53, 50. This put it at like could put it at zero. Could have put it at I think zero should be good. The chat this you could exploit this in a sense. Like for this, I would do could do the same spring rates, right? For the front, I do a higher bump a little bit. To rebound, I do like 3, so 6, 3. The sway bar in the front, we could do like a lower because we on all the grip in the front and we on less grip in the rear, so probably a higher. Like just make the front softer and the front and the rear stiffer. With the bump in the rear, just start at like 5. For the rebound, let's do 10, and then 5, 10. So as much as we want grip in the rear, we gonna be kind of trying to max to maximize how much tire pressure we can use without officially like making the car just completely spin the tire. Cause we still want grip to control how wide we could go. Alright, so this is the drift setup. So you would probably milk this a couple more times to try to bring your money up. I wouldn't really too worry about cosmetics in this stage of the game. Just getting focused on getting the car set up to where you comfortable and you could do multiple you could gain you have a little money printing car like that's what I would focus on. Once you start getting to like 10 million, like 1 million, then you should start buying the cars that you want because some of the cars their body kits and stuff are very expensive which you just eat through your money. So I would just hop in the car that I'm good in and just milk it, get as much money as I can, buy a new track, get another payout. I'm gonna do another track after this. And oh, I do hit that wall. Yeah. But we had the 5 time multiplier earlier though. See if we could get it again before the track ends. As you can see, I did not put any toe in this car. Why do you adjust it? I don't even think I did adjust it. But I realized like a lot of my cars are too hooked up and I'm having trouble getting to the zones. So I've been trying to work on finding that balance with certain cars. So we got a little payout again from that. Um, let's look over the setup real quick. I wanna see. Did I mess with the toe? Okay, zero toe, zero toe. Okay, good. So it's relatively where I want it to be. So I would just make the kind of focus on a little bit of stance on there. Could pull the wheels out a little bit. I'll leave it at zero though. because for how much power it's making, it's not really crazy. All right, so now that was the drift setup, right? Let's say you still on the drift setup. What tracks I would suggest in the beginners? Like I would probably go for Navarro bass. I don't know how much this was, but this track is one of my favorite tracks. Ringstone, you could really, cause it has a nice flow to it, and you could really like, and you could have a lot of speed. So I would just flow with the track, do it a couple times. I think it pays out better than the first one though. Let's see. But yeah, it's whatever track that suits you and your driving style really. But I feel like this one kind of gives you the opportunity to stay wide, maximize the points, and just explore like different transition techniques and kind of give you a nice flow at the same time. This is my line on this track. I've done it so many times, so kind of know it. For here, you're gonna go wide, and you kind of want the car to drive in, so you don't hit that wall. So go wide and let the car drive in on throttle, and then go wide again. Let it float out a little bit and catch it. We're already at 22,000. We're not even halfway through the track. I think it's halfway. Yeah, a couple more turns I'll be done. Stay to this wall right here, and then come like mid-track, downshift, go wide again. You could hit the wall, like get wall taps and get more points, but see, we already 10,000 over the top prize. So with just this setup, and that's that. How's that? 30,000. We got 400,000 off of that. 400,000 off of just that one event. So imagine you do that 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and you get an XP too. So imagine, you do it like 10 times. That's what, almost 4 million. So come on now, like you could really farm this track, and it has a nice flow to it. So you could really farm it. You could even chase your ghost. Like try to put on the best line you can for your ghost, and try to chase it. Like little things to try to help you simulate tandeming with other people. Not saying your reactions to certain or transitions that you did, or what's your line is, but sometimes people lines might be a little sporadic, not as smooth. So just practicing with your ghost could kind of give you that instinct of what you're looking for, trying to find a pocket. So chasing my ghost right here, I'd probably stop. I'd probably be on the e-brake more than the foot brake. Try to keep the momentum up so I could be, because this is right now the car's the same. So it's not like you could change the tire pressure and just compensate for what you're like, what the speed of the lead car got. You know. Forgot I downshifted there. Mm. Still was able to get 30,000 chasing my ghost. Like you could make it fun for yourself. I think I'm about to get more points though. still got more. I was trying to stay under it, so that was a nice little lead on the Ghost. So did it twice now. Should be around 800,000, and yeah. So with that, will you get back your investment, how much you paid for the track? And let's say you unlock the ultimate setup now. What you would do, what I would do is the same kind of criteria, but now you could adjust the tune. Like I wouldn't have it rev into, I probably rev it to like 9,000, and then turn the boost up max, turn tune up max. We making 400 horsepower, 500 newton meters of torque. All right, so now you could tune the gears, right? So for me, I would have left the diff where it's at because you're comfortable where it was. The diff, I would do like 410s. Diff, I would do like 410s. And to make it like a sequential, I would keep all the gears close. So first gear, remember, if you're gonna make this a comp car, a lot of times you might be going against people that are the car set up a certain way. 22 here. Okay, you don't have the highest horsepower, so I would try to keep the gears close. I'll probably do a one to one here. Right, so keep the gears close. The horsepower, you're trying to maximize everything out of the car with the stop motor, and that's why I'm not gonna swap the engine right now. I'm gonna just leave it as is. The brakes, I'm gonna put it back. I'm probably come back to like 64 a little bit. The wheel setup, this is where it could get crazy now. So we're gonna do 18s, right? We're gonna do, since we're making a lot more power, we're gonna do 245s in the front, 265s in the rear. What that allows us to do, we could still go lower on the tire pressure, but we could also add a tad bit more grip. So we could do 150, 150, and I'm gonna start off at the stock tire pressure in the rear. See where that's at. Can I get to the zone? I'm gonna go 125, just to, right there. Same 100 adhesion. The width, we could probably do like 35 on the profile. The car need to be raised a tad bit. I ain't gonna lie. Same 5. Alright. Zero on these. Zero on the front two. Um, let's raise the car a little bit. The car's a little too low. 13. 13. We had, let's do 16. Not 16. Let's do 16 rear. Let's do, could do 100. Wrong with that. 18s might be a little bit too much for this car. I'm not gonna lie. I have to do 17s. I was trying to get too overzealous with it. But I think the wide body might fix it, but or we could just raise the car to the moon. But I know all of us want style in our cars to be low. So I'm gonna go back down to 80 in the front here. Our front end down. Alright, so same concept here. Got 6 in the front, 3, 6, 3. Same, what is 7 in the front, it's 12 in the rear. Because at this point we don't have the highest horsepower, so we still gotta control how much grip we have. We do 5 and the same 10 again. 5, 10, and we will do. We could come down to 60 in the front. Keep the spring race the same again. Alright, so we just raised it by the spring. So now we could fix the alignment. For the front we could do 4. The rear we could do like closer to a positive camera. The toe we could put a little bit of toe. I wouldn't go over to negative positive 2.5. I wouldn't go over that. I would like stay right there. So your car has a little bit of drive. Um, Same little caster setup. What was it? 7 2. You could add about 60 degrees. I think now I would do like 70 on the Ackerman angle, and this I'll probably do two just to experiment and see where the car feels like. So I would save that. At this point, you probably have a little bit of money to splurge, but I would go back to the same track, same. I keep again turn off the track. My bad. Ignore that. So now we have it could they be in fourth gear. You can already tell the car has immense amount of power because we just spin in fourth gear, no problem. So the reason why I kept all the gears close is because you could go through all the gears and you could kind of use the car at any track because your gears are already set up to where if you could just immediately go to the next gear if you need it, or if you don't, you could go to the other gear, previous gear, and kind of find that balance. So now I could upshift to fifth, but I'm not running the best line right now, so let's try fifth. Yo, ball top. I'll go down in the tire pressure just a tad bit, probably like 150, 160, 120, 150 the lowest, 180 the highest, just to get a little more forward drive out of the car. We still have the toe saving it, a little bit of toe that we added to save it a little bit. I think you could go 6 gear too with the final drive that we set. Okay, grip cut. And I think fifth with the tire pressure change. Now we up to 40. 40. Alright, so I'm gonna chase that. I'll probably do like a body kit setup and leave it at that. I think it was good though. Alright, let's put a body kit and come back and get the last chase, and that'll be the end of the video. This was like a nice beginner's guide for everyone, and like that's new to the game or trying to get into the game, and like they don't know how to maximize their profit, like maximize the money you could make in the best scenarios, like not knowing the whole thing about the game. So all right, so let's see what the setups they got. We could do a base and just add bumpers. Could use this one. Could do this one. You could choose any body kit you really want. I know the prices are low, so should be able to get anything you want. I think I'm gonna go with this body kit. RT, the headlight. I'm gonna go with open. I'm gonna go with open. Front bumper is good. The hood, the hood, the stock one. This is like adding like a little bit of style to your car, like what you like, and you know how you want to set up your car. I think I'm gonna go with that one. Do a little. Use the RT one. Not change much. Do a little spoiler. I'm gonna go with that. That one. Exhaust. Go with that one. You already know my seats. If you haven't been here, I get the same seats in every car, and that's just it. Steering, the stock steering is not bad. If you like, I do like cars with the accordion looking shift boot. Yeah, I don't know, like old school. But for this one, we gonna go that. Um, for the wheels, could go anything you want really. For me, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go drift. I'm gonna go like a regular setup. I'm gonna go with that. Um, yeah. So with that, you probably have a little tip flair to your car. All right, you could go crazy. Um, a color code for the carbon Kevlar. You know, you could do that. Or I think I'm gonna do smooth carbon. I'm gonna go black. No, in matter of fact, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do black, right? Or should I do gloss black? I'm gonna do gloss black, and then on some of the parts of the car, I'm gonna do carbon, smooth carbon at that. So I'm gonna do carbon on the hood. I'm gonna do a little bit of like a little, not the full black carbon. I'm gonna go a little wider, so it stands out a tad bit. And there you go, just carbon. Ah, the weave just look crazy. So I'm gonna do the carbon there, carbon doors. Should say chrome. What the hell? Wait, what did I just change the hood? It was on chrome. That's why I was wondering why it looked so weird. Put it there. So I put all of them at the S now. So door, make sure it's on the right thing. The trunk, we carbon too. Put it on gloss. Um, right there. What else? What's we missing? Could do the mirrors if you want to. The cage, matte black cage. Or do you want to go crazy and put carbon on the cage? Oh, it was on chrome. That's why. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I think that's a little different we got going on. Alright, for the wheels, I think we could do um, and for the spokes, we gonna go a little bit. We do like a satin, like a satin on the spokes. So on the lips, chrome on the lips, but satin on the spokes. Or we could just go full satin. Let's see, we do lips again. No, we could leave it as chrome. Can we do like a black chrome? Yeah, something like that. Alright, so angle kit. EC racings. Come on now. And then you could pick whatever color you want for the calipers. I'm gonna just do red. So alright, so this is like a nice little setup, and we could probably another track that's good is this one. It's a bigger track. Car is already set up for it. So this is my little line where I run. I think I might stay in fifth. I'm launching it straight just to get more points. This section right here is tricky, so I just slow all the way down. I could go to third, and just to keep the multiplier going. I would suggest take that one a little more caution and just try to stay. Here I just try to flow. Oh, don't go too deep in the grass there, cause you might lose your points. That's another section I'll take a little slower. Now you're 20,000 over the top rise. I said you have to get the car set up, and the tracks will pay you. You know, you're gonna be here until you start getting the cars that you want to really start off with, and you know, yeah. So 56 on that one. Got 600,000. I try to stay as wide as I can just to try to keep the flow going. Kind of messed up that turn though. There's another way you could take that turn, so you could stay flat out and catch the next corner too. But that was a little video for y'all. Hopefully y'all like it. It's a beginner video. Appreciate all the support that the channel has been getting. We could take it online just for a quick let's see what's online first. See what it would do online if you do decide to go online. I'll just grind because 400 horsepower against these cars though. I think you have to swap this motor to even keep up. Let's see what this setup would even do online. That's why I said you probably have to swap the motor, or you probably put a little more, load the car up with a little more grip. Let's see. I might have them lead though. What? Might have a midline on the bank. I'm not gonna go too high. It's not bad, but I don't think this car is hooked up crazy. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I ain't gonna lie. That wasn't too bad. I'm gonna end it on that. That wasn't too bad at all. So the car is decent online, but don't expect this to keep up with a lot of people that's like 1,000 horsepower type of cars. So enjoy it, use it to your advantage, and that's all I got. Like, comment, and subscribe.